Hello, family, friends, and fellow sojourners. I wanted to share with you something that I did as a child that meant a lot to me. I had some friends that lived next door that only came during the summer months to visit their grandparents, and they were the Petersons, and they called them Grandma and Grandpa Pete. And I didn't know any better. I called them Grandma and Grandpa Pete, and that's just who they were to me. And Grandma and Grandpa Pete were dear, dear, sweet, sweet people. They incorporated me and my sisters um, with open arms and allowed us to come into their home to play with their granddaughters. And during one particular summer, I think I told you that my father was a carpenter, and we didn't have a lot of money. They had 6 children, and he worked in the summer months, and then we went hungry in the winter months. Now, by going hungry, I'm not mean we mean I don't mean we starved. We just didn't have really good food. We had lots of pinto beans and rice and eggs and grilled cheese sandwiches and things like that. But when the Peterson girls came to visit their grandparents, there was one particular summer that I remember quite fondly, and that was we would pick hollyhocks. Now, I don't know if you know what a hollyhock is. It's an old-fashioned flower that back in the day was quite prized by many older women. And they were very prolific. They were like weeds. They grew in the alleyways of the block that we lived on, and in the Petersons' yard, and we had some in our yard as well. So we would pick them, and this is what they look like. This is the inside of the blossom. It looks like a hibiscus, so it's a poor man's hibiscus basically. And we used to pick these, and we would make dolls out of them. And all we'd do was just cut the little stem off of the top, and then we would take a bud that wasn't quite opened yet, like this. And in my case today, we are expecting a real hard freeze tonight, so I thought I'm going to lose these flowers anyway. So I thought I would share this little tidbit with you about my past. And this is what the head would look like typically, either something like this or something like this. Now, this is like a mature doll, not a little baby doll like this would be. But we would take them, and then we would take the tips of toothpicks, and we would take the toothpicks and put them in the flour like this to make eyes. And then we would draw little red mouths as best we could. I think I used to use a toothpick so that I could color it with a crayon. But then we would just make these little eyes like this for the doll's face. And then, as you can see, I've kind of drawn a little mouth, little lipstick type mouth with a red marker to give her a little expression. And then take a toothpick and shove it down here like this into the body of the doll. And once I did that, then I would take this and shove the toothpick down into the little blossom like this. And there you would have it. And there would be our little doll with her little crown or little headdress, whatever you want to call it, and the petals were the dress. And then Grandpa Pete had a goldfish pond that was about 6 to 8 feet across, round, and he kept the big goldfish in there. They would take out in the wintertime and put them in his basement. But in the summertime, we would take these little dolls and we'd put them on the water, and the wind would carry them, and they would dance around the pond like a waltz kind of thing. And we had different colors and of course the good Lord was good to me, because most of my hollyhocks that I have out here on our property out east of Colorado Springs have already been frozen, but because these were close to the house on the back side of the house, these were still viable so that I could make these little dolls to share with you before tonight's freeze. So anyway, just a special memory that I had with children that didn't have a lot of money. Although the Petersons, their father was a well-known plastic surgeon in Scottsdale, Arizona, and they were pretty well-to-do. Unlike their grandparents, very simple people, very sweet people. But the Dr. Peterson was a very nice man, and so was his wife, Dot. So anyway, this is what we did as children, and it was pretty simple, didn't cost any money, brought us great joy. If you find hollyhocks, make them with your children or grandchildren. I think that they would love them as much as we do. It'd be something simple and a long-lasting memory. So anyway, God bless you, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye.